ask for the truth on behalf of Angela Bush concerning relationship issues and their goal for the next 12 months. And ask this in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the crow, the carrier of souls from darkness into light. We cut the deck for you there, Angela, and we'll just place the cards to the side. And we'll deal 3 cards. The first card we deal is for the past. The next card after that we deal is for the present. And then finally the third card we deal is for the future. In this particular case, the past and the future are about a moon phase. Like the past is about a moon phase behind, and the future is a moon phase ahead. About 3 or 4 weeks or so, isn't it? In the past and the future, with Angela Bush just there in the middle. So we'll pull out the first card and we'll see what we've got, shall we? Let's just we'll establish what's been going on with the recent past. So we'll just bring the card round now, and we'll just flip it nice and slowly there, just to see. Don't disturb the energy too much, just nice and steady as she goes. Steady as she goes, as you say. And now we have the 6 of Wands. Crowley calls the 6 of Wands the Lord of Victory. And this tends to focus on that theme as well, doesn't it? The Crow's Magic Tarot here focuses on that theme as well. That just recently you have had some achievement or other in the sense of a victory, literally in that sense. You feel as though you're the winner here. This is Sagittarius type energy, really, and of course it's the 6 of Wands. The number 6 is to do with analysis, isn't it? I suppose it's like the balance of the 4. The loss of the 5, the analysis of the 6 before the weakness of the 7, and then the challenge of the 8. And you're on the analysis of the 6. The number 6 is also to do with the element of water, isn't it? Any number between 4 and 9, those are numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're to do with the element of water. And Wands is to do with fire. So you could say really the 6 of Wands is the fiery, the watery part of fire. Mental and moral qualities of spiritual essence. Fire is to do with spiritual essence. It's to do with energy as well, where the sun transits the meridian at its most strongest point. That's where it's thought to be, so that's why it's linked to energy. Yes, we've got bear here. The bear often is a four-legged spirit, as we know, and that is to do with boundaries. It's to do with knowing your boundaries, knowing how far to go, of course, in that respect. I always tend to focus on this one, though, when you look at this one. You see as if the bear is coming through the mist, as if there was a fog behind and he's come through the other side. I suppose that's a kind of a victory, isn't it? Maybe there was some uncertainty in the long, in the distant, the sort of long-term past, or the distant past there, that sort of may have been a bit, may have been proved a bit wobbly for you. While thinking relationship, I don't know. I noticed like the resistance sort of here, this resistor sort of symbol, although it isn't, but I've got a feeling as though there has been resistance to what's been going on just recently with your relationship. I don't know, somebody's been trying to create unhealthy boundaries, but either way, you've known how far to go with it. If it's been pushed, you said no. I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. So if you know what I mean. I got a sort of funny feeling as though somebody's tried to say, why don't we this, or why don't we that, or have you thought of, let's try that out, it's a risk worth taking, but let's do it, or something. I don't know what it is, it could be financial or anything, but I sort of get this sort of feeling as though, as though and you said, no, I'm not going that far, I know how far that is. And that sort of led to uncertainty, but you've come through it just recently over the past 3 or 4 weeks or so. You've just come through it and to the other side. Through like a portal, you know. The Six of Wands, of course, with it being victory, in that respect. Maybe you won the argument, or you made the best case, and there was listened to, as you could say, in that regard. Where's that left you right now, though? I want to pull out this next card. We're going to see what this is all about now, and we'll just again, as we do, flip it nice and slow, not to disturb the energy. And let's just see what we're doing here. Oh, you've got a court card there, Luke. You've got the Page of Coins. The Page of Coins. The Page is the earthly part of. You've got Capricorn, Virgo and Taurus. I suppose with Taurus, if you upset Taurus, he doesn't get what he wants, he can be a bit like a raging bull. I suppose that's Capricorn is the hard work and the work ethics and things like that, isn't it, and whatever. The enterprise, I suppose. There. Notice here, of course, with this using the Crow's Magic Tarot in this deck, Crow as King, and of course we've got Black Panther. Black Panther is, of course, the black leopard, isn't it? But Black Panther is a four-legged one, like Bear Brother. Panther Brother is also a four-legged spirit. And the four-legged spirits protect. So just like the protection, the victory and the protection that you experienced just recently, right now you're being protected by Panther Brother. What's Panther? Panther represents passion. But also Black Panther walks in the shadows and has the ability to empower a person. It represents empowerment. Maybe you feel empowered right now. Of course, it's the page of coins, remember, it's tarot and it's the page of coins. Coins is to do with the element of earth, that's to do with matter. So you could say the earthly part of earth in that sense, the physical vehicle. Right now, of course, you've been expressing yourself, you've been letting people know how you feel about what's been going on. Maybe because Crow has sent Black Panther to help you, be empowered for that, you know. And in that regard, yes, there are different sort of aspects to the situation, but nevertheless, you have been giving out messages and also no doubt receiving messages as well to do with an earthly issue, a material issue, not necessarily money. It can be money, there is a sense of money there, but I sort of feel more physical, in the sense earthly, in the sense of the flesh, or the fleshly or the physical, in that regard, as if messages from like a sexual nature or a physical nature have been given in some way. Maybe somebody tends to talk with the from the fleshly sort of physical instead of opening the mouth. They think they can get what they want by expressing themselves. Maybe it's you. Maybe you feel you can get what you want by expressing yourself in the physical sort of manner toward your partner or whatever. But either way, there's been some sort of you've won some, you've sort of come out the other side just recently with whatever it is that you should have known what your limits were, and Bear has helped you. The victory, I suppose, has come because of that. If you'd have gone beyond your limit, you'd have taken unnecessary risks, and who knows what sort of damage could have been done. But fortunately, no damage has been done, as you could say, yet. But there has been resistance, nevertheless. I sense as though there has been resistance here, or just recently. And you've empowered yourself, and Crow has sent Panther Brother to help heal the situation by you asserting your authority in some way, shape or form, and giving them the message that no, I'm not going to do that, or yes, I'll do that, but not go that far, or whatever. I don't care how many times you kiss me or how many times, I'm still not doing that. Why I somehow feel as though it's somebody else trying it on with you, as opposed to you being the one sort of doing it, I don't know. I want to move on to the next card here to see, because obviously you want to know about the next 12 months. We can go sort of the next month or so, which is realistic, isn't it, really, to some degree, because you have power to change it. I want to now see what is around the corner in the next month or so. Let's just get this card here. This represents the immediate future, but the next 3 or 4 weeks or so, something like that, isn't it? So we'll just flip that nice and slow, nice and steady, and just to see what energy you've got there. You've got the Emperor. And the Emperor, of course, is a master of his own destiny, isn't he? Aries again, or Aries, not again, but Aries there, indicating the control element, or taking control of. Notice there, Owl, how Crow has sent the owl to guide you. The bird people, they provide guidance because they are thought to carry the messages from the heavens to the earth, and they are thought, they are believed to, for that reason, to be the messengers or the angels or whatever, the guides then, as you would say. All animal spirits guide to some degree, of course. But panther and bear and panther, they protect. You're protected through the victory, through knowing what boundaries, how far to go. That protects you. Being able to express yourself, giving out the right messages, expressing yourself passionately, also protects you. But of course, owl represents your ancestral spirit guides, represents the signs and omens that you must look out for. These are the signs that you give. In a sense, you protect yourself by giving these signs. Notice how they've turned up there in the way they have. But owl brother represents your ancestral spirit guides, represents the signs and omens, as if it's saying, look out for signs, pay attention to signs, pay attention to signs and omens from your ancestral spirit guides, from your ancestors who are trying to communicate with you in some way, for the next month or so. And between the next 3 or 4 weeks or so, you will have supremacy of the situation. You will be the overlord. You will be mistress of your own destiny, basically. You will be the one in charge here. You've asserted your authority passionately. You've laid the law down, basically, and now you are. Well, will you achieve your goal for the next 12 months? Let's see if you achieve your goal for the next month, between now and this time next month. Let's deal with what's happening now first, before we start moving around, trying to do things 12 months down the line when things could change, which they will do, because you will change them. Will you pay attention to the signs? Will you pay attention to the omens? Or will you listen to the overlord who speaks? If something doesn't look right, doesn't feel right, maybe it isn't right. I got somehow a funny feeling as though you sort of know the answer here, whatever it is you're seeking. It's just that you're waiting for the signs from the gods, from Crow, who will send you that sign in the form of Owl Brother. Owl will be there. When you hear an owl hoot next time, or call out, just remember who it is that sent the sign, and just remember who it is who's trying to help you. Crow has sent the sign. Your ancestors are speaking to you, and pay attention to anything that goes on. Maybe a sign of something else to come. And different things, different signs work with different people, of course. So how you may understand a particular event or happening, as you would say, may be totally different to how somebody else might perceive it. So it's a personal thing. It's a deeply spiritual thing. For as much as there's been the darkness just recently, where you've come through the other side, through the fog of uncertainty, the resistance that there has been against you for some reason. Somebody has resisted you're doing something or saying something or whatever, or your idea to do something for the next 12 months. I got a funny feeling you had plans for the next 12 months, but somebody's resisted it and has sort of thrown you in your tracks, or jumped in your tracks, or what do they call it? You've been stopped in your tracks in that sense, and a fog has come down upon you, and mist has come down, and it's been a bit black and cloudy, but you've come through the other side by knowing how far you can go with what they were trying to tempt you to do, maybe. And you're asserting your authority now and saying, I will do this because I want to do it, not because you're telling me to do it. I'll do what I want to do, what I feel is best, because my ancestors will be speaking to me in the next 3 or 4 weeks or so, and they will be giving me signs upon what potentially could happen, and I must work and plan around that. I cannot plan around what you want. I can only plan around what my spirit, my ancestors tell me, what my ancestors tell me are coming. And that's really what it's about. And Black Panther is there just to empower you, to keep you in the shadows, to guide you or protect you in the shadows, in the grey areas, as you could say. Whereas Bear has come through the mist, the fog of uncertainty. Right now, Black Panther is helping you to express yourself in the shadows, not the pure darkness or the mist, but just in the shadows. Actually, I find subdued light is better than ordinary light, because you see shadows and you can see the contrast of where things are. So actually, subdued light or the shadows are not that bad if you know what you're looking for. And your ancestor, remember, just at twilight, when you sort of get long shadows, twilight is often called owl light, and that's maybe, of course, another sign. Owl brother there being sent by Crow to guide you on behalf of your ancestral spirit guides there as well. That's an interesting sort of way of thinking about it, isn't it? The wings, of course, symbolise the movement of messages, but of course, will you achieve your goal in the next 12 months? We don't know. It depends upon what signs you pay attention to, and if you remain empowered, and if you resist the resistance, I suppose you could say, really. It's nice to plan for the future. We can plan as long as we've got more than one plan. Always have a backup plan. If you've got a backup plan or backup plans, then I suppose these days you don't just need a plan B, you need a plan C, D, E, F and so on. And if you've got enough backup plans for each different scenario that you can assume will happen, then go for it. But will you achieve your goal? That is down to you to decide what you do with the signs that your ancestral spirit guides give you. With that, Crow has spoken, and for now, Angela, these cards have spoken.